lot of people are convinced that Dae-ho is going to die in Squid Game Season 3. And honestly, I get why. He barely appears in the trailer, and every time we do see him, it's in high-stakes, desperate-looking moments that scream death flag. But I'm not convinced that's actually what's happening here. If Dae-ho were to die in the 4th game, right after surviving the chaos of the rebellion, it would feel like a major waste of potential. He's one of the only surviving characters from that uprising, and yet we still know so little about his motives. Why did he make the choices he did during the rebellion? What drives him? What's his past? Those threads are still hanging, and it would be incredibly uncharacteristic of the show to leave that kind of character arc unfinished or rushed in a single episode. Even if the first episode tries to explain some of his backstory, it likely won't be enough to give us the emotional closure that Squid Game is known for delivering when a character dies. Also, we have to remember something crucial. Squid Game trailers are designed to mislead. They're meant to throw us off, to make us think one thing is happening, when in reality, it's something completely different. This is a series that thrives on unpredictability, and every shot in the teaser is likely layered with intentional misdirection. So just because Dae-ho looks like he's moments away from death doesn't mean it's going to happen. Now, let's talk about the 4th game. Most people assume Young-sik is the only major character who will die in that round, but I don't buy it. Based on what we've seen, I think there's going to be at least one more death. The only characters we don't get any footage of after the 4th game are Dae-ho and Hyun-ju. If Dae-ho isn't the one who dies, then Hyun-ju might be the one we lose. Now here's where it gets interesting. Hyun-ju is shown in one clip opening what appears to be a large, secure door, possibly a safe room or exit hatch. This scene has led people to assume she survives. But what if this is a bait-and-switch moment? What if she's ambushed from behind, stabbed by another player just as she thinks she's made it to safety? It would be the perfect gut punch for a series that loves to snatch hope away at the last second. And when it comes to Dae-ho's absence from the trailer, there's a logical reason that doesn't involve death. He's probably distancing himself from the group. Think about it. The guy's probably drowning in guilt and shame after what happened in the rebellion. It would make total sense for him to isolate himself. Meanwhile, Hyun-ju's total absence is more suspicious. It's almost too quiet. She's nowhere to be found in key group shots, and that raises some serious red flags. Yes, it would be a shame to lose Hanju this early, especially since she was also a rebellion survivor. But unlike Dae-ho, we already know her backstory. Her arc feels more complete, and that makes her a prime target for an emotionally impactful early death. And let's be real, this season is already being hyped as the darkest one yet. Killing off someone like Hanju, who's a trained sergeant and one of the most morally upright characters left, would be devastating. It would send a message that no one is safe. She could very well be this season's ally. A fan favorite whose death punches a hole through our expectations and shakes the tone of the entire season. Whether it's Dae-ho or Hanju, the 4th game is going to hit hard. But don't be too quick to believe what the trailer wants you to believe. With Squid Game, what you don't see is often more important than what you do. Okay, so during the trailers, there's this quick shot of Minsu during the 4th game, and he's staring at something off-screen with this totally intense look. But here's the real question. What is he looking at? Wrong answers only. Drop your wildest theories in the comments below. Personally, I think he just realized Season 3 isn't out yet, and he's losing it because his Netflix subscription renews the day before it drops. Tragic. Let me know what you think he's glaring at. Make it ridiculous. I want to see the most unhinged, funniest answers down there. In a recent interview with Jo Yuri, who plays player 222 Jun-he, we got a heartbreaking glimpse into her character's emotional arc in Squid Game Season 3. Jo Yuri reveals that at one point, Jun-he tells Gi-hun to protect her baby. But here's the twist. She admits that deep down, Jun-he probably wishes she had said those words to Myung-Gi instead. That simple detail changes everything, and it aligns perfectly with some of the biggest leaks we've seen so far. According to confirmed leaks, Gi-hun is seen carrying a baby during the 5th game, which is a brutal and nerve-wracking jump rope challenge. the question that's been haunting fans is finally answered. Why is Gi-hun the one holding the baby? And the answer is devastating. As it turns out, Myung-Gi has already crossed the jump rope platform, leaving Jun-he, who had just given birth, stranded at the starting position. In that agonizing moment, she doesn't have the strength to go on. She knows it, and with time running out and no other choice, she places her hope in Gi-hun, entrusting him with the most precious thing she has, her child. It's a heavy responsibility, but one that Gi-hun accepts. And the reason behind it all? Because Jun-he doesn't make it. She doesn't survive Game 5. Freshly postpartum and physically shattered, she simply can't complete the deadly challenge. Her story and her sacrifice ends there. But the clues? They've been right in front of us the whole time. Remember back in Season 2 during the Mingle game when the shaman locked eyes with Gi-hun? That eerie, lingering stare. She told him, cryptically, that there was a reason he was still in the game. Then, just as quickly, her gaze shifted back to Jun-he. It was subtle, almost silent, but undeniably deliberate. At the time, it felt like an odd moment. Now, it feels prophetic. In hindsight, it was all foreshadowing. The shaman wasn't just being mysterious for dramatic effect. She saw something deeper. She knew Gi-hun's role wasn't just to survive. He was meant to protect, to carry the legacy of those who couldn't make it. And now, as leaks confirm, that's exactly what he's doing. Even Lee Jung-jae, in an earlier interview, accidentally let slip a major spoiler that supports all of this. It's all coming together now. Gi-hun isn't just another contestant anymore. He's the thread connecting the past to the future, the one left standing, not by chance, but by destiny. And in a twisted game of death, betrayal, and sacrifice, he becomes the unlikely guardian of new life. What once felt like a vague warning now lands like a cold prophecy. Gi-hun is the heart of it all. Let us know what you think. Was all of this part of the plan from the very beginning? Was Jun-he's fate always sealed? Or do you think there's still more to her story? And what about Dae-ho and Hanju? Do you believe they'll survive the fourth game? Or are we headed for even more heartbreak? Drop your wildest theories in the comments below. We want to hear everything. If this breakdown got your brain spinning or your heart racing, smash that like button to show your support and hit subscribe so you don't miss a single twist, reveal, or mind-blowing theory as we inch closer to the season premiere. The endgame is coming fast, and trust us, this season's going to be darker, bloodier, and more brutal than ever, and we're here for every second of it. Thanks so much for watching. If you're as obsessed with Squid Game as I am, make sure to check out the other videos popping up on your screen right now. There's plenty more theories, breakdowns, and mind-blowing details you won't want to miss. You guys seriously rock.